Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's hard level difficulty puzzle, and it's called Bread and Pie by Mixo. And here are the rules. We have chaos construction rules where we need to divide the grid into regions of 9 orthogonally connected cells each, such that every cell is part of exactly one region. We also need to place the digits 1 through 9 exactly once in each row, column, and region. So an orthogonally connected region, how many is that? Okay, it could be like something like this. This is a valid orthogonally connected region because you can go from any cell in this region to any other cell in this region and stay within the region just by going through edges, right? So you could go here all the way around to here to connect to here, and you just stay within the region just by going through edges. This, however, is not valid as a region because if you try to go from here to any other cell in the region, you can't get there by going through edges and staying within the region. Same with this. This, even though they could connect to each other through edges and staying within the region, you can't connect to any other cell in the region by going through edges and maintain staying in the region. I have to figure out how to explain this. This is the best explanation I can come up with chaos construction. If you guys have a better idea, just let me know. Yeah. Anyways, and you have to have 9 digits, 9 cells in every region, because every cell must be part of a 9-cell region in this grid. We have sandwich, which is brown clues to the left and above the grid are sandwich clues. They indicate the sum of the digits between 1 and 9 in that row or column. So this is a typical sandwich clue here. In rows and columns that have a sandwich clues, all the digits between the 1 and 9 must be in the same region, and the 1 and 9 must not belong to that region. So, for example, if you had for column 6, say you had a 1 and a 9 here. That means all the digits adding up to in between the 1 and 9 must add up to 12. So you could have something like 5 and 7. And these two cells must be in the same region because all the cells between the 1 and 9 must be in the same region. And the 1 and 9 are different regions than this central sandwich stuff. So that is how sandwich works, because so that extra stuff is for the chaos construction, essentially. We also have a pie rule, where all regions that do not touch the edge of the grid are pie filling. Okay, so if you had a region like, say this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Say you had a region like this. It doesn't touch the edge of the grid, so this is pie filling, right? So all the regions that don't touch the edge are pie filling. And the black clue below the grid indicates the sum of the digits within pie filling in that column. So say this was the only pie filling in for column 3. We know that these 3 digits would have to add up to 17. Say we actually had another one. Say we had another pie filling like this. Then the sum of these 6 digits would have to add up to 17. Obviously, that couldn't work because you can't have 6 digits adding up to 17. They would add up to, at minimum, 21. But you get the idea, right? This would add up to, this would essentially be all the 17 would be the sum of all the digits in pi regions, right? Pi filling regions. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, we have 27 here and 29 here. That means, okay, so 27 and 29, that's in between the 1 and the 9. Where does that, how many digits have to be in between then? Um, to add up to 29, we subtract out the 1 and the 9 because that doesn't include, so from 45. 45 is the sum of all digits in a row or column. So 45 minus 29 is, so 45 minus 10 is 35. 35 minus 29 is 6. That means the ones outside the sandwich has to add up to 6. Well, you can only either have one digit or two digits adding up to 6, which means in between must be either 6 digits or 5 digits. So you could have 5 digits in between here. So these could be crust. You could have 5 digits here or 5 digits here. So these can never be crust then. And it could be also be 6 digits in between or 6 digits here. So similar, okay, for 27, 35 minus 27 is 8. So 8, to add up to 8 outside the grid without a 1, you only can have 2 digits or 1 digit, so it's similar. So it's basically either 5 or 6 digits in between the crust here. And so we know these are all the same region. This has to be the same region. So it's 5 or 6 here, and it's 5 or 6 here. These have to be different regions than each other, though. Because it's, again, there are 5 or 6 already in that region. So these cannot be crust. These cannot be crust. Okay, how do we want to detail this? That's going to be interesting. Uh... Can this ever be crust? I think the answer to that is no, right? Say this was a crust. That means this cannot be crust. It has to be yellow, and the red is different than that region. This can't be crust, so this must be orange as a region. Therefore, this red can't be part of the yellow, can't be part of the orange. So therefore, this cannot be crust. Because this can't be crust, one of these two is crust. One of these two is crust, right? So since this can't be crust, this can't be crust anymore either, right? Because if it's crust, it's only crust with that at most, because this cannot be crust again. So one of these is crust, one of these is crust. They both cannot be... Actually, I guess they both could be crust here. Huh. Okay, so this can't be crust. And this can't be crust. One of these two is crust, one of these two is crust. One of these two is crust, one of these two is crust. Therefore, this digit... must be able to be outside of the sandwich here and outside of the sandwich here. Right? Again, this can't be crust, because if this is crust, that guarantees these two are basically part of different regions than it, and therefore it's not orthogonally connected to another region. So this is up to 6 here. So it could be 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Which means this must be 2 unique digits. So this is 2 through 6, because that's the most this can have outside the sandwich here. This then always has 2 digits outside. the sandwich here. So it's 5 either way. And they must add up to 17. So this can never be 4. If this was 4, that would guarantee that this is 4 and 4 outside the grid, which outside the sandwich, which doesn't work because you have 2 4s in the same row. So this is 2, 3, 5, or 6 here. So it's either... So if this is full, so let's say this was sandwich, this was crust, this was crust. This would have to be 29. This would be 6. Crust here is fine. Ah, okay. I see something else. This can't be crust. It has the same problem, right? If this is crust, that means these two cells, this is a different region than this. This is a different region than this. This doesn't have a region to go to. Therefore, this cannot be crust. So this is, therefore, crust. That can't be crust anymore. We need to have 5. This can't be 6 anymore. So this has to be, what does this add up to? 6, because outside the crust has to be 6. So it must be 2 and 4. So this is 2 and this is 4. So this is crust, which makes this 1, 9 and 1, 9. This is all part of the same region, so we're going to mark this as orange. These red crust can be part of this region, so that's nothing there. This must have a 6 outside. So this is 6 or it's 1, 9. So 1, 6, or 9 here. And this is 6 or 1, 9, right? We don't know which one of these is crust. Oh, wait, it has to be 5 in between. Well, again, we don't know. It's one of these two, it's one of these two, right? So this is yellow. We're gonna make blue. I guess we'll make this dark. This is orange, and it adds up 3. It's 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 to add up to 29. And these are different than the red cells. These could be dark again, or blue. This is 169 guaranteed. Okay. This cannot be the crust either. If this is crust, again, it's not the same region as the rest of the stuff in between. So it's not the same as this region. It's not the same as that region, and therefore it would not. So this has to be non-crust. Okay, well. So this must be a 6. This has to be crust here and crust here. So these are red and red. This has to be yellow. It's all part of yellow. The blue has to get out. So these are all blue. So therefore, this is a 1, 9 pair here. The blue has to get out. Otherwise, there's no part. It's not going to be able to form a 9-cell region. So this is all blue. This is 6, and therefore not part of the sandwich. This yellow, we don't know. Okay. This cannot be crust, because if that's crust, you have the same problem, right? So this would not be part of that region. This would not be part of that region. Therefore, this is not crust. Hmm. That's only for the corners, though. So, this obviously would be 3 through 8. This orange needs to go at least 2 out, right? It can't have. It needs access to this 1, 9 in the region. And it can't find it here because this is blue, right? So both of these 1, 9s, um, this 1, 9 is not the same as that one, so it must be that one. So it cannot be here. What else does that tell us? Not too much. This could be crust. We don't know anything about that. This has to be what? 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Which means this yellow does not have, it has the same problem, right? It must go at least 2 out here to get access to this 1, 9 here. It needs a 2 also. It needs 2, 1, 9, and 6. Okay, that's interesting. Hmm. To add up to 14, you could have a 6 and 8 in between. So that's fine. 15 also could have 2 digits in between. That's fine. 16 has to have 3 digits in between. Because you have at most 7 and 8 in between for 2 digits, and that adds up to 15. Okay. What does that tell us? I'm not really sure. Hmm. Huh. Okay, so we know. Okay, let's mark the boundaries. Oh. We know. Okay, so obviously the grid. Whoops. The edge is all a boundary. Why is it lagging? Dang. This is a boundary, this is a boundary, this is a boundary, and this is a boundary. You know that for certain. Um, where can blue reach to? Okay, blue has 5 more, but it can't be all 5 here. So technically it could go 5 that way. And then everything up to here. So blue could reach to any of these. Orange can reach 4 this way. Yellow can reach 4 this way also. Hmm. I guess it could have 4 there and then 4 there, and then blue going that way. Ah, but if you had 4 yellows going this way, blue is guaranteed to go this way, orange is guaranteed to go this way, and this filler can never add up to 23 but 2 digits. So yellow can never be there. Can blue actually go this way? I guess blue could go like that. That's possible. Actually, what happens if yellow's here? Interesting. If yellow is here, can this ever be pie filling? I think the answer is no, right? If you have yellow here, assume this was another pie filling here. This could not be. I guess this could be here, right? Because blue could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as the extra blues. Orange would go this way, and this could be pie filling going that way. So that is possible. Can this be yellow? Probably. Right? Then you have 3 digits adding up, possibly to... Yeah, you would have 3. You could even have 2, right? Because the pie filling does include the 1s and the 9s. Hmm. Huh, okay. That just tells us that this can't be yellow here. Actually, maybe these could be yellow, though. No. This can't be yellow. Because if this is yellow, blue again has to go like this. Or like... Yeah, blue has to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 4, 5. Orange would have to go... I guess it could go like that. But then it still would have to go here. And this would be 2, yeah. So yellow cannot be here. What about yellow here? You'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And only 2 of these guaranteed would be part of a pie filling. So no, yellow cannot be here. Yellow possibly could be here, though. Right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, say. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, cannot be here. So we have the same problem here, actually. Because if yellow is anywhere here, where does the blue go? The blue has to go like this or something like that, right? Like 5 here. But then this orange is guaranteed to have to fill these in, right? To be able to get... Actually, I guess... Well, no. Okay, so, yeah. Basically, if this is yellow, where does blue go? I guess blue could go this way. Hold up. This is definitely out, right? So if yellow's this way, blue has to go 1, 2, 3, 4 at least. I guess it could be 5 that way. Orange, though, has to get out somewhere too. And it can't be, it's 1, 2, 3. It would have to be part of this. It can't close off the dark region. So this cannot be yellow. This might be though, because you can have the blue go out this way, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Orange could go out this way, and then you have 3 digits potentially adding up to 23. Yes, so this could be yellow because the blue could go that way, right? Okay, that's not that as restrictive as I thought then. 15. Uh, hmm. Okay, so we're gonna mark these as A. Oops. A, and that's A. This is B and B. We do know yellow has to get to here somehow to get access to this B. Orange has to go here to get access to the A. But that's all we know. Okay, do we have anything else with the edges of the grid? If this were crust, say, well, obviously this couldn't be 12 because this is not, so it would have to go this way. So it's not part of that region. If that's the case, it's not part of these. That seems possible, right? Then this would just basically be part of like some region here, which seems fine. Hmm. This obviously can't be 4 or 6. It can't be 1 or 9. So it's 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. That doesn't tell us anything. So in row 1, in between the sandwich is definitely at most 3 digits. If you try to have 4, you can't because you don't have access to a 4. And the minimum would then be 2, 3, 5, 6, which adds up to um what does it add up to? 17. No, 16. Yeah. So that's the reason we can't have 4 unique digits in between. You can have 3 or 2. So in this sandwich, it's 3 or 2 in between. In this sandwich, it's 2 or 3 in between. In this sandwich, it's 2. It cannot be, it could be 4, actually. 2, 3, or 4. In this sandwich, it's 2, 3, or 4 also. In this sandwich, it's 2 or 3. Okay, that doesn't tell us much. For this pie filling, it could be 2 or up to 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. In this pie filling, it's 3 through 6. Hmm. Uh, doesn't mean anything. I'm not sure. 12, 16. Uh, what else do we know? Two or three, so this could be crust and crust, crust and crust, crust and crust, crust and crust. Yeah, it's pretty varied. Um, okay, for the pie filling, I don't think it can't be the same region. So that means there are at least 2 pie filling regions. That's interesting. Right, because if this were the same region as this pie filling, the problem is you have 3 digits here adding up to, or whatever digits adding up to 23 here. You have whatever digits here adding up to 17. You have to bridge it somehow. So that would be 3 digits here. That would guarantee you have at least the digits 1, 2, and 3. That's 6. 17 plus 6 in 23 is 46. So therefore, this cannot just be a singular pi region. You have to have 2 pi regions at least. You could have more. But yeah, we're guaranteed. Hmm. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Because of the way the sandwiches work, you have a region guaranteed to be in here, and then you have a region out here and a region out here. These regions have to be different, right? Because otherwise, if you try to enclose that as a singular region, that won't work. Because this won't be large enough to be... Either this region will be too large, or this region won't have enough space to grow. In fact, actually, yeah. So there has to be crust. So we guaranteed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have guaranteed 7 regions which are not pi. And we know that there has to be a filling here adding up to 17, here adding up to 23. It cannot be the same filling region, pi filling region. So this has to be dark. It cannot be a different region. If it tries to be part of this region, this dark region can never be long enough. Same with this. This can, if it's part of this green, whatever region is here, that's filling in between the two, the crusts, this red region will never be large enough. Same with this. So this must go up to whatever the crust is. This must go up to whatever the crust is. Because if it's another region, first of all, it can't be part of this, whatever this, what's in between the sandwich clue region, right? Because if it is, well, it can't, just by the rules. It can't be part of any other edge region, non-pi region. So this has to be dark, and this has to be red, essentially. We'll make it red. So this is light, then, up to a certain point. That's up to 2, right? So this is up to here. It's crust, at least. Up to here. So this is at least crust. This is 2. The light would be at least up to here. Same here. This is 2 at least in between. So the light can go from here to here. There's a medium gray region here and a green region here. Hold up. We've got a problem. This is 8 regions here. Whereas we know there's 2 filling regions. Huh. How does that work then? How does that work? These two have to be the same region. Can it, though? I don't think it can, and this still having its own region. Obviously, so we have 5 definitely guaranteed regions here. We need to have 2. How do you do that? Huh. Yeah, because you have to have these add up to 23. These add up to 17 in the pi region. 23 plus 17 is 40. You have to connect them orthogonally. So it's 1, 2, 3 at minimum. That's 46. So there has to be 2 pi regions. But how do you do that? Huh. Because right now we have 8 edge regions. That's not allowed. We have to have 7. Orange cannot cut off dark. Yellow cannot cut off red. Red cannot be part of this region. Dark can't be part of this region. How does this work? Either my logic with the pie filling is wrong, or there's some weird way that these regions can form. Huh. Huh. How does that work? I'm gonna pause because I need to go to the bathroom, but this is fascinating. And I'm back. Okay, let's continue. Okay. While I was going to the bathroom, actually, I did come up with an idea. I think you can have 2 and then something like 2, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, so this is possible if you go that way. And it has to be 2 and 2. That's the only way you can come up with a region for this region, which is large enough to basically be able to be its own sustained region, and then have this region also be able to do that. And obviously this is 5, so that can't work this way. This is 5, so it can't be this one. Therefore, this light region has to go like this. Right? So this has to be a light region, and then this has to be medium, another region. That's the way you can have that work. To have 2 filler regions, because this is 9 in size. This is 9 in size. These must be dark. This must be the rest of the dark. This must be the rest of the red. So then the other filler regions are fine, right? So this has to be a 1 or 9. Oops. This is essentially, okay, so let's mark these crusts as circles. This must be crust, this must be crust, and this must be crust. So okay, that's interesting. So this is the only pattern that I can think of where you can have 2 pi regions which aren't touching the edges of the border of the grid. And that fulfill these sandwich rules, right? So this is essentially not the same as B. Okay, so we can actually just mark these as... So this is, again, this is A. I guess we can, yeah, let's just mark A, this is B, this is A, this is B. This is A, that makes this B, which makes this A, which makes this B. Okay, so that works. This cannot be the full yellow because we need to have at least 2 digits filling that space. So this can't be full yellow. I guess it could be up to here. That's possible. And then red could be here, and then this could be filler, pie filling stuff. Okay. Yellow needs access to B and A. This can't be... I mean, I guess yet red could go here. So this can never be yellow. This adds up to 12. This adds up to 14. 2 digits adding up to 14 have to be 6 and 8. So this must be a 6-8 pair. 2 digits adding up to 12 without an 8 and have to be 5 and 7. So this can't be 5 or 7. It cannot be 8. This is 2 or 3. 6 or 8, 5 or 7. The remaining digits in the medium gray region is 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Okay. This is interesting. Okay, so this can never be 1, 9. This can never be 1, 9. Because if either of these are 1, 9, the problem is the rest of the sandwich must be in the same region and different than the 1, 9 region. So this cannot be 1, 9 here. Therefore, this could be 1, 9 or could be not 1, 9. So we do know both of the 1, 9s have in the gray region, in the medium gray region, has to be along this row. So these cannot be, these are not 1, 9s here. That's interesting. This is B. This cannot, this has to be a different region. So we're going to mark that as pink. It could, no, it can't be orange. Orange would block it off. So this has to be pink. So this is pink. It cannot be 2 because, again, these 1, 9s, again, this can't be 1, 9, this can't be 1, 9. Because if either of these are 1 or 9, the rest of the sandwich is in a different region. And we know they're in the same region. So this can't be 1, 9. Therefore, all the 1, 9s are here in row 4. This can't be 1, 9. This must be 3 digits adding up to 12. And this is a 1, 9 here. So, could be orange or yellow. Technically, it could be the other green region, too. So this cannot be blue. That's all we know. So this is guaranteed 3, because, again, none of these can be 1 or 9. So they can't be crust. This is pink. So this is blocked off this way. Ah, orange cannot be here. If it's orange is here, that blocks off this dark region. So we are guaranteed, it could be, we have 4 more, right? So 4 could go here. It could go here, right? So these could all be dark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So these could be orange, obviously. They could also be pink here. This, well, we don't know about this. We know that's a boundary. Guaranteed. Um, uh, Orange cannot go all the way here because if it, well, first of all, orange can't even get to here anymore. So orange cannot reach these because these are pink guaranteed. So this is pink or green. We're not sure which. We're guaranteed this is pink. This is not pink. Pink technically cannot go to here. Maybe it could go there. No, because it has to go around then. So it cannot get to here. It could technically be here. Right, so that's possible. We know this is pink. Can't be orange. Because it can't reach there. And it would block off the dark region. This is 15. Interesting. So these are separate region. Could it be yellow? No, because filling would require... Okay, it can't reach there. So this has to be green. So these two are at least green. This could be the one of the crusts. No, this cannot be one of the crusts. If this were one of the crusts, the problem is that it has to add up to 16 in between. So it's 3 digits. Okay, so this is never crust. So to get 3 digits to add up to 16, it has to be crust here. So this is guaranteed crust, and this is guaranteed crust. So the rest of this has to be green. I guess technically it could be pink. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, cannot be. If it goes pink here, the problem is what are these colors? We don't know. This has to be green. So this is green. This is green. This is at least 3. It could be 4. So these are guaranteed green. This is crust. This is crust. So we know there's a boundary. Oops, we want dark. There's a boundary here, and there's a boundary here. This cannot be blue. Cannot be red. Cannot be green. Can't be pink. Because, yeah, that would close this off again. So this has to be yellow. So we know this is guaranteed yellow. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, where is this red? This red doesn't have anywhere else to go except here. So this has to be red. Therefore, this is a region by itself because that's 9 cells, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is yellow guaranteed because it has to be a boundary. This is green. So we have 7 greens here. That would be 8 and 9 possible. This can't be green. This has to be pink. So these 2 digits must add up to 17 because those are the only pi filling. It must be 8, 9. So this is 8, 9, which means this can't be 9. This can't be 9. This can't be 1 or 9. This A's all have to be 1s. So the A's are all 1s. The B's are all 9. This must be a crust also. Cannot be 9. This is 1, which forces... Oops, not 0. This is 1, which forces this to be 9, which forces this to be 1. Okay, this cannot be yellow because we have 6 yellows now. It can only go 3 up. So yellow cannot be any of these. One of these is 8 or 9. This is the other red crust. This adds up to 16. with 3 digits. Okay, this cannot be 9 here. So this must be an 8. This has to be a 9 then. This must be a 1. This is... 9 cannot be here because of the 9 in the column. So 9 has to be here. And this cannot be green. This is 9. Cannot be blue. This has to be orange. So it must be 1, 2, 3. We have... This can't be orange then. Orange could reach here. This could be blue and green also. Or pink and green. Orange has to get here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need another 9. And it has to be orange. No, it could be pink. In fact, it actually has to be pink. It can't be orange. Again, orange has to get to here. So that's at least 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So okay. This is guaranteed to... Well, we don't know. It could be something like that. It could be something like that. But I don't think this works, right? So technically these can never be orange because we only have 1 cell left. But that could be orange. These two cannot be orange. This can't be orange. It requires 2 digits. So any of these could potentially be orange. This can't be blue. This has to be yellow. I guess it could be pink. Green could go this way and then go to either of these two. So it could be pink, technically. This cannot be orange. I guess this could be green, actually. So we don't have a guaranteed orange there. We just know this can't be blue. So this could be green, technically, and this could be orange. Sorry, not orange, pink, right? We have access to 1, so that's fine. Where are the other ones? One has to be one of these two. Blue cannot get to here. Oh, wait. This could still be orange. Technically. This is guaranteed to be red. This can't be 8. This adds up to 15. So we have 8 here, so these two add up to 7. So it's either 2, 5, or 3, 4. This must add up to 16 without an 8. Without an 8. That means 7 could be the largest. It would be 7, 6, and 3 at minimum. So you can never have a 2 here. We need it. Well, okay. Yeah, you can never have a 2. So this can't be 5 here. we guaranteed to have a 3, 4, 5 because, again, this adds up to 15. So this is 8. These add up to 7. It's either 2, 5 or 3, 4. This can never have a 2. 2, 6, and because we already have an 8 in the green region. So 2, 6, and 7 adds up to 15 at most. That's why it can't be 2. It could be 3 with 6 and 7, possibly. 4 with 5 or 7. Or 5 with 4 and 7. This green needs access to a 1. It could be that one. In fact, it probably has to... Well, okay, again, where are the 1s? We have a 1 possible here and here in row 3. And then we have row 7 in here and here, right? Row 3, row 7, column 5, and column 7. 9s... We have 1, 2... Okay, we need... 9 cannot be here. Nine can be in column 7 or 8 in row 2. And column 7 or 8 in row. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. That means... Well, I don't know. We have 5 pinks, so that means we have access to 4 cells. So you could go here or here. Well, you can't go here. If you go here, that blocks up the green. The green has 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so we know guaranteed this is a boundary. Oops. This is a boundary. Green can go here. That's it. Or potentially down here. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Pink could go 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 potentially. 1, 2, 3 cannot close off the green, so it could go down to here. 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 potentially. Okay, so these are all the markings for where things have to be, right? Technically, the 1 for the pink could be here. We know there's a 9 here. It cannot be dark. So the 9 could be the pink, or the 9 could be the orange here. You could have the yellow. So the yellow 9 is one of these two. The yellow 9 cannot close off here. But this could be an orange 9, possibly. The orange has to have access to a 1, so it's one of those 3. The yellow already has access to a 1. Oh. Here, this, to add up to 16, we had 3, 6, 7, 4, 5, 7. Those are the only choices. So it's 3 or 4 here. This is 2, 3, or 4, so this can't... Therefore, in column 16, the 2 has to be here. So this cannot be 3, 4. Right? Because if it's 3 or 4, we have one of these is 2. 2 of these are 2, 3, or 4. One of these is 3 or 4. Therefore, this can't be 3 or 4. Therefore, 2 cannot be here. pink has... Okay, so if we tried to go pink here, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You would have one digit here with that's pi. So this can never be pink. Therefore, this has to be yellow. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 guaranteed. So this has to be yellow, which means yellow cannot be any of these. Yellow is done. This is all yellow. This can't be 1 then, which means 1 in column 5 has to be here. So this is 1, which means this can't be 1. Where is the 1 in row 7? It has to be here. That's 1, which forces this to be the 9, because 9 can no longer be anywhere else in row 7. This can't be 9. This is 9. So this cannot be dark. Dark has to go this way then. So then this has to be dark here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a boundary. Green has to go this way. So it cannot be pink or orange. Green needs access to a 1. It cannot reach there. So it must be here. So this must be green, which means this can't be green. This is pink. We need... Pink can only have 3 digits inside. Okay, so this is done. Pink can only have 3 digits at most outside in column 7. And it's the only pi left. So it has to be then 6, 8, and 9. So this must be pink. It cannot be orange. This could be dark. This definitely has to be pink. So pink is either here or here or here or here. So pink cannot be anywhere else. This can't be blue. This can't be blue. So these are both orange. Blue has to go this way. This can't be green. This can't be orange. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That must be 9. So this is blue, which means none of these are blue. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be 7, 8, 9. This can't be dark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're guaranteed this has to be dark here. This can never be orange. It's pink or dark. Okay. So then this has to be 6 or 8. And one of these is 6 or 8. So the rest to add up to 23. So we cannot have a 6 or 8 in the rest of the column. This is 9. Okay, so this adds up to 14 here. And is a different region than the outer edges. This adds up to 12. This adds up to 15. This adds up to 27. We have 16 here. 12. So this must be 23. This must add up to 12. 23 plus 12 is what, 15? No, not 15. 23 plus 12 is 35. That means this is 10. So it must be 127, 136, or 145, adding up to 10 for those 3. This adds up to 12 again. Without a 1, it could be 237, 246, or 345. It cannot be 6. So none of these can contain a 6 because this is 6, 8, and 9 for this column. So this cannot be 3 and 6. This can't be 3 or 6. Again, this could be 237 or 345. So either way, 3 has to be one of these digits here. That means this can't be 3. The rest of these digits for the yellow has to be 2 and 6. That eliminates 2 and 7 in the rest of the column. So this has to be 1, 4, 5. This must be then 2, 3, and 7 to add up to 12 in the pink region. This 2, 6 pair eliminates 2 and 6 in the rest of the column, so this can't be 6. This is 8. This is 6. Where is this can no longer be 3, 6, and 7. This has to be 4, 5, and 7 to add up to 16. So this has to be a 2, 3 pair, which means this can't be 3. This must be a 4. This can't be 5 or 7. This is 8. 8 cannot be any of these. This can't be 4 or 5. This must be a 3 or 7, but this can't be 7 because of the 4, 5, 7 triplet in the region. So this must be 3, which makes this 7. This can't be 7 here, here, or here because of that. This can't be 3 or 4, so this is a 2, which makes this a 6 as the last digit. This can't be 3 or 6. Okay. The rest of these digits are 4, 5, 6, and 8. And we guaranteed 6 and 8 here, so this cannot be 6 or 8 here. The rest of row 1 is 2, 3, 5, 7. Okay. This can't be 2 because of the 2 in the column. The rest of column 1 is 2, 3, what? 2, 3, 4, 8. Oh, this is 2 and 5 adding up with 8 to add up to 15. So this can't be 5 here. This can't be 5 here. This can't be 5 or 8. This is 4 or 6. This can't be 5. We have remaining 3, 4, 6, and 7 in the rest of row 6, but this can't be 6 because of the 6, 8, and 9 pink set. The orange cannot have access to 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8, so it needs a 4 and it needs a 2. Okay, this can't be... We have 5 oranges here. Or not 5 oranges. We have 8 oranges here. This is blue. This can never be orange. Can't be dark. This is pink, so this cannot be pink. This is dark. Therefore, that forces this to be the other orange. So now we have all the regions set. So, this has to be a 6, 8 because it's pi filling. This must be a 2 because that's the only digit remaining for the orange region. This 6 eliminates 6 here, so this must be 8, which makes this 6. This can't be 8. That means this must be... We have a 5, 7, 5, 7 pair in row 5, which eliminates 5 and 7 in the rest of the row. This can't be 7. This is 4. This is 7. This can't be 7 here. This can't be 2. This can't be 4 here. This can't be 4 here. So this must be 6. So this can't be 4 here, and this can't be 6 here. 6 can't be either of these anymore. This 4 eliminates 4 here, so this is 5, which makes this 4. This 5 eliminates 5 here, so it's 7, which makes this 5, which makes this 7, which makes this not 7. This is 3. This can't be 3. This can't be 3 or 7. This can't be 3 or 7. This can't be 5 or 6 because of the 5, 6 in the row, so this must be 8. This 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 7. This can't be 7 then. 7 cannot be here either. This can't be 8. This can't be 8. This can't be 7. This is 2 or 3, but it can't be 2 because of the 2 in the column. So this is 3. This is 2. Neither of these can be 2. The dark region can no longer have a 3. This can't be 3 because of the 3 in the column. So this is 5, which eliminates 5 from the rest of the blue region. It also eliminates 5 from the rest of column 8. So this is 7. And the remaining digits are 8 and 6. The remaining digits in the dark region then have to be 2 and 5 because of the 6-8 pair. That eliminates 2 and 5 in the rest of the column. This must be 3 or 4. Cannot be 4 because of a 4-8 pair in the region. So this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, and this is 3 here. Okay. This can't be 3 because of the 3 in the row. Let's see, what else do we have? This can't be 4. Where is the 4 in this light region? Can't be here, can't be here, can't be here, so it must be here. So this is 4. Column 2, we have the remaining digits 3, 5, 7, 8. Okay. This can't be 7, this can't be 3 or 5. In column 3, we have 2, 5, 6, 7. This can't be 7, this can't be 5. Okay. So I think we have all the sums correct right now, right? So this adds, okay, so 6 and 8 add up to 14, and they're different regions than the crust. 5 and 7 adds up to 12, and they're different regions than the crust. 2, 5, 8 adds up to 15, they're different regions than the crust. 3, 8, 7, 5, 4. 11, 18, 23, 27. They add up to 27, and they're different regions than the crust. We have 4, 5, 7 adds up to 16, and they're different regions than the crusts. 2, 3, 7 adds up to 12, and they're different regions of the crust. And then we have 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, which adds up to 29. 5, 8 is 13, plus 6, 7 is 13, plus 3. That's 13, 13 plus 9. 3 is 29, and they're different regions of the crust. 6, 8, and 9 add up to 23. 8 and 9 add up to 17. So those are both fine. We just have to do Sudoku then. Where is the 8 in this light region? Can't be here. Can't be here. This must be 8. So this cannot be 8 here. So therefore this is 6. This is 8. That means none of these can be 6. Where is the 6 in this medium, in this light gray region? It has to be here. So this is 6, which means none of these can be 6. That 6 eliminates 6 here, so this must be 5, which makes this 6. 5 eliminates 5 here, so this must be 2, which makes this 5. 2 eliminates 2 here, so that must be 3, which makes this 2. 3 can't be 3 here, so this is 7, which makes this 3. This can't be 2 or 3, so this is 8. This can't be 5 or 7, so this is 3. This can't be 3, so this is 2. That leaves this as a 5-7 pair, right? Okay. This 6 eliminates 6 here, so this is 2, which makes this 6. 2 cannot be here. 8 cannot be here, so this must be 4. This can't be 2, 4, 8, so this is 3. This 2 eliminates 2 here, so this is 5, which makes that not 5, so that's 7, which makes that 5. This 7 eliminates 7 here, so that's a 2. This 4 eliminates 4 here, so that's 8, which makes this 4. 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 7. This can't be 3 or 5, and must be an 8. Very cool, actually. The logic of this was very interesting. Yeah. I mean, I had this logic there, and then I realized, oh, wait, that would make 8 essentially non-pi regions, which is not allowed because of this structure. So that was very cool, actually. The logic actually for the corners too was like that was the initial break-in, right? So that was very cool also. And then just the logic for the pi region by itself was very cool. It was just very cool all around. Yes, very well done. Very well set up puzzle. The clues were just enough to be able to solve it. Fair, like it made sense, right? The logic of the puzzle. So that was it was awesome. Nice job. Very, very cool puzzle. I think in his post, Mixo said that basically he or she, this was his or their favorite puzzle, setting wise. And I can see why. It was the logic behind this was it was, it's sort of mind blowing actually, just the logic behind it, right? Um, the corners basically realizing that the corners could never be crusts was interesting. And then you realize that the pie filling, I didn't realize until pretty late, but basically the pie filling guaranteed you had two pie regions, and the way that the sandwiches worked, being the middle part had to be part of the same, had to be different regions than the crusts. That makes things a lot. That logic is hard to connect, but it's brilliant once you see it. Because then it guarantees that this has to be the same region. And this is the only one because this is 5 digits. This is 5 digits. You need a 2 connecting to a 2 to have a valid region that is not part of that region, right? Inside there. And so this 3 by 3 space was very, like, the logic behind that was sort of mind blowing there. And then I like this logic too, which, like, this logic, you cannot have a 1 or a 9 here, so you guarantee to have a 1 or 9 in these three cells. So therefore these couldn't be 1 or 9. Therefore that guaranteed this was another digit here. Just a lot of very cool logic here. Like, this red region had to specifically, once it was blocked here, this had to be part of the same region as this. Lots of really cool logical deductions in this puzzle. So I can see why this is a favorite for Mixo. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.